Hello everyone and good morning. My name is Naomi. I'm from first semester and today I'm going to be discussing my final assignment reflection video in the course of English language in today's society. During this video, I'm going to be discussing some main points or bullet points about what I learned and what I now perceive as the course as a whole. Along the whole course, I think that we view a lot of units and we analyze a lot of topics that can help us as teachers, but mainly for some students, I believe that the units number 3, 5, and 6 are the ones that have more of an advantage and more knowledge that can help them. For example, I believe that in unit number 5, we saw a lot of abbreviations that can either come from different types of tests or certifications or conventions. These ones tends to be more focused to English language teachers, but students could also acquire some knowledge that could help them. But mainly, I think that the abbreviations for certifications and exams are the ones that students need to be aware of, because not everyone is studying English to become a teacher. There have many other reasons, but knowing the structure and what type of certification would provide you a better knowledge is very important for them, and I think it should be taught and explained to them properly. During the whole course, I found myself in a position that I was really surprised about the course. When they first introduced us the course at the start of the semester, I was a little bit interested because of what they say, that it was the story of things like slangs and modisms and how they created or how they could be taught to other people that don't have English as their mother tongue. And it was really interesting, but definitely now that I have gone through all the course, I believe that that's just the top of the iceberg. There is so much more that you can understand and that you can learn due to all the knowledge that we acquired during the course. I think that my favorite topic to know more about was in unit number 6, that it was English in Mexico, because when you live in Mexico, you know that English doesn't have that much of a higher level, at least publicly education speaking. They don't have that much of an advantage and don't really have the chance to develop their English much more, because the way that it is taught, the system is not very good. And I knew that, but I didn't think that I knew it enough, and the unit was really important about that. I think that for us as teachers to teach something to students, the unit that would take the most importance could be the unit number 2, which is the history of English, most specifically the etymology, which I think that it is really, really important for us to know. Maybe not to teach them exactly like we now know due to the unit, but it is important to have that background, because some students will have difficulties. Not everyone learns the same, as we have seen also in the course. And knowing that information and knowing different types of way to adjust to their methods of learning and to teach them, no matter what their difficulties may be, it is really, really important. And to knowing that history of a word, that different types of pronunciations and those types of background could be really game-changing for the students that we are teaching to. I believe that a lot of the topics that we view are going to have a lot of weight when we become English teachers. For example, the unit number 4, where we discuss different types of specializations you could do. Not every English language teaching will be like just the basic grammar or the structure of English. You can teach in English various other things. Like we saw in the unit, we discussed and saw a lot of books that were produced to help teachers teach in English other type of classes. It could go from makeup to gardening to agriculture, many other topics that I consider really, really interesting, because it is a whole type of grammar, it's a whole type of vocabulary that it is new to you, but those types of books can aid you to actually teach it. And I think it is really really great that they teach us this, because it gives us a more expanded field to go to. It doesn't have to just be one type of English language teaching. I think that the article we also discussed for this final assignment can connect actually to unit number 2, because it is, we see in unit number 2 how some words that we already knew became words, and they changed throughout the whole years, and they were recognized and they were added to dictionaries. And in the article it is discussed how a new word comes up every year. Every year, the language that we are talking, every grammar changes throughout the whole the years. So I think it's really interesting to see that every year it's added a new word, and we're seeing that, but in the present. We're not discussing something that happened years ago, and in that much years this word was created and it changed it like this. We're actually seeing it happen. So I think that's the connection that it could be added to. So I think this will be my reflection as a whole. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you understand what my perspective was, because I definitely enjoyed this course a lot, and I would definitely recommend it to somebody else, because it really helps you bring a new perspective to your English language teaching method. So that will be all for today. Thank you for listening, and my name is Naomi.